intel on Errol Spence possibly not taking the rematch with Terence Crawford. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. The subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance, get notifications we go live, or drop a video. Sorry, man. My gum fund getting low. But yeah, man. So apparently, you hear all this hoopla about Amazon and Netflix and all that, and I heard a good rumor that Gervonta Davis is coming back in January now versus Isaac Cruz. And apparently what's going on is that these networks, I don't know if, pertain specifically to Amazon or if it's to Netflix, but these networks ain't willing to put up no money for these fights for Al Haymon. And for the most part, it ain't that Errol Spence don't want the rematch. It's fine. They financially can't do it. They can't. The network's not willing to put the money up for the fight right now. The investor's not willing to put the money up for the fight right now. But that's according, obviously, to allegedly according up to Al Haymon. Now, the problem with that is Al Haymon didn't want to make the fight regardless. The original plan was for Errol Spence to fight Keith Thurman at 54, then fight Canelo at 160 pounds. Errol Spence went off cold and did something else, and that's probably why you seen Errol Spence get new management, because Al was mad at him for venturing off the plan. You got to remember Adrian Broner did the same thing and ventured off the plan, and he went to go fight Marcos Maidana. Remember, after he lost, Mayweather said, I think he should stay and just listen to Al Haymon and stay on Al's plan or something like that he said. But like I said before, that's why I don't consider Mayweather the greatest of all time. He ain't fought the opponents and he moved like a hoe. And if you listen to what he say, I'm a scared coward talking about Manny Pacquiao. He wasn't no real fighter, dude. Man, he wouldn't get in the ring with guys like Paul Williams, Thomas Hearns, and guys like that. He didn't get in the ring with a guy like Paul Williams. But you know what? I ain't here to make it about him and argue with his Flomo fan base. But we just speaking facts. And for the most part, I heard that it'll be around $60 million to pay them. And Al Haymon will have to come out that money without his pocket, without the networks and investors putting the money up, because they said they failed to do 1 million pay-per-views. People forget it went head up against that Utah card in UFC. They also had a pay-per-view that same night. So, that hurt that as well, too. And at the end of the day, I don't understand why UFC is going head up and boxing going head up out of all the Saturdays that, we end up not having boxing. I don't understand how that happens, how you had 3 fight cards and you have a UFC card going. Out of all these Saturdays, we don't have shit going on. Combat sports want to compete with each other instead of move forward in unison. And boxing do it all the time, where they want to sit there and they want to put this, put a bunch of fights on the same night and make fans choose. You know what I'm saying? That just, to me, it just never really made no sense. But hey, it is what it is. Carrying on. But right now they say ain't nobody putting the money up. There ain't no networks, putting no money up for these fights. So it look like Al Haymon just might have to finance these fights and show that these fights are worth some type of money, where the networks and other investors start putting the money up. So for the most part, they ain't got the money for the fight. And obviously that's something that's up to Al Haymon. Could they sue Al Haymon for not having the money and not having funds? Or people can say they blame Spence for not having the best performance, where people will want to invest and see them fight again. So for the most part, it ain't that Errol Spence don't want to take the fight. It's to the point is that the funds ain't there. The funds ain't there. So, Al Haymon don't have the investors to put the money up. Al Haymon, the networks won't put no money up because he fucked everybody over with. And Al Haymon ain't about to dig in his pocket and take a loss and lose his money, especially if it's costing $60 million. You know what I'm saying? He ain't about to put that money up where he'll lose or whatever like that. So, so that's what it is. And ain't that Errol Spence getting cold feet. I would love to report that. Just to the fact that ain't no money there. And it all, falls down on him. He didn't show up and get the best performance that he could have gave. And obviously that showed. Had it been a war, somebody would easily put the money up. And they probably would have easily did it again. So Showtime wasn't willing to put no money up. No other network, ESPN, they weren't willing to put no money up. I'm not sure if they got an exclusive deal with Top Rank or not, but this what happened when Al Haymon didn't want to split the pot with nobody. But he never wanted to fight regardless. So even if somebody's saying we could put the money up, or even if the Saudis say we want to do the fight, Al Haymon ain't gonna say nothing, because he He ain't want to do the fight. He ain't want to do the fight regardless. You know what I'm saying? So like I said before, what's Spence worth moving forward? Now, from what we understand, Crawford don't have no obligation to PBC, but all the fights that he probably looking at is tied up to PBC until Canelo go back to the zone. And apparently Canelo don't want to fight him. So really his only option is to go after Tim Tszyu, and Tim Tszyu is fighting in March, on a Friday in March for NRL. I don't know, I guess that's racing or something like that. I'm not sure exactly what that is. Huge in Australia, but he'd be fighting on a Friday. They're trying to get him to fight on Friday in March at the Melon Bay. It's in boxing scene. So I ain't, I don't know exactly, what they aiming for, but that's what it is. That's what it is. But but yeah, for right now they just don't have the money to put up for the fight. Now I don't know, Tank Davis fight probably obviously is a lot cheaper than $60 million with Eastside Cruz. He probably can pay with that with his pocket change. He probably can pay for that with his pocket change all day. But right now, when you talking about them high ass purses, you know what I'm saying? They can't afford it right now. They can't afford it. So I just feel that even if Al could find the money or he could pay for it, he wouldn't want to pay for it. Why would he take that resource and that money and put it into that fight, in a fight that he never wanted? And then, find it funny, all of a sudden Errol Spence started signing to a new management company. You find that funny? He signed to a new management company right before the fight. And that's one thing about dealing with somebody that's a dictator. When you want to do your own thing, he don't want to give you his blessing. He want to put you on the shelf and shit. You want to get an attitude and start treating you a certain type of way. And these dudes, man, these dudes ain't good for boxing. He probably mad at Errol Spence and the whole nine. So, but yeah, right now, networks ain't messing with Al. They don't want to put the money up. And then Al would have to come out. I heard around $60 million he had to come up. And then, how you gonna flip that? How you gonna make that make money? How you gonna break even? Even though you ain't in the business of breaking even, you in the business of doubling, tripling that. So, that's something that they got to figure out. And I was like, is he paying, Errol Spence not to take the fight? Apparently they don't have the funds. But that ain't a Terence Crawford problem and an Errol Spence problem. I wonder, can they literally sue him for breach of contract? Because that's what it is. It's a breach of contract. I'm pretty sure he got something in there that protect him. But right now they don't have the money. So, people can say what they want to say, do what they want to do, believe what they want to believe. Right now they don't have the money. So, and that's what it boiled down to. And I heard it's around $60 million. And I'm pretty sure Crawford getting the lion's share going into the rematch. But apparently that was never an Al plan. So Al ain't going to look to go out there and hustle and get that money. That's probably the furthest thing on Al's mind. To be honest. The furthest thing. You paying a fighter and Terence Crawford, in which you don't control, you don't got under contract. And then you got another fighter who was disloyal and didn't do what you told him to do and go fight Keith Thurman and then go fight Canelo Alvarez at 160. And he'd got beat worse than versus Canelo Alvarez. They don't care about the quality of fights. All they care about is just getting the money. When they get you there, they get the money. And then that's just their MO. That's their MO. They just want to get the money. Once they get their money, they don't give a fuck what happened next. Then they want you to hit the reset button and buy it again. That's what Mayweather used to do. Talk all this shit, get y'all there to get the money, Oh, I tried for the knockout. My hands hurt, and it was a piss poor performance. Hit the reset button. People would look at it again. Only reason that hustle kind of stopped is because the Pacquiao fight was that bad. But then guess what? He waited some years later, came and did the hustle again against Conor McGregor. It's a hustle. All they do is want to get you there. They want your money. Once they get the money, it ain't about pleasing you. Come on, it's like a girl getting you to the bedroom, you know what I'm saying? And then she don't please you. It's terrible. Like, come on, you gonna call her back? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. So that's all they care about. And all them pay-per-views that Al Heyman did last year was terrible. Nobody did a video about that. We damn near at the end of the year. Nobody talked about that. All them pay-per-views failed to live up to expectations. All they cared about is they put these fights on. They wanted your money. They got your money. That's why I stopped paying for pay-per-views. Pay-per-views are like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. Exactly, Forrest Gump. You just never know what you're going to get with this era of boxing. But hey, thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. And the subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance to get notifications. We go live and drop video. Financially want to support the channel. Cash App, $ CJ Good 313, Venmo CJ Good 313, PayPal link in the description. Hit the link tree. Find me on Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, the whole nine. Check out the new channel, Free Game 89, FR33 Game 89. That link's in the link tree. And it's in the description. Check out my Detroit channel, Mercy Sports Talk, and link tree in the description as well too. Peace.